Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and we got more information by Blizzard themselves this time on the Allied Race Death Knights coming to patch 8.3. They decided to post an article on the WoW website about the ability for Allied races to become Death Knights. This isn't anything new, we knew about this from BlizzCon, but I wanted to take a look at some of this information with what Blizzard listed and see if we have anything new for us to uncover. They of course start talking about how allied races are going to be playable for Death Knights. They also go into some extra information that we did not know before, but we do know now. The article reads, Pandaren and allied race Death Knights have a new starting experience and arise as champions of Lich King Bolvar at Icecrown amongst their spectral peers. After completing an introductory questline with Bolvar, they'll begin their journey as heroes of Azeroth and join forces with either the Horde or Alliance. Death Knights for previously available races will still begin their new lives in Arceus, the Ebon Hold, as summon service of Lich King Arthas. So while the Death Knight introduction is not playable currently on PTR, so we don't know what it is, but it's for a reason. Blizzard wanted for it to be a mostly surprise for everybody looking, but we do have some cool screenshots to give us an idea of what it might look like. The intro for Allied Races and Panda Death Knights is also going to be different. I think it's in a way to get everybody to pre-purchase Shadowlands a little bit early. I do wonder if the new introduction, since it is going to be different from the original, I wonder how much better is it going to be, but I'm also wondering how quick is it going to be. I mean, technically, the first time you do the Death Knight introduction is the last time you ever need to do it, since this is probably going to be the main character you'll be playing. Once you are past the introduction, you don't need to worry about it, but the introduction, from what I remember, was kind of long, kind of old, and kind of buggy. Like the very last battle against Lich King himself, I remember you have to wait for like 10 to 15 minutes for everybody to get prepared, and then you have this battle that it gets executed, and sometimes you can die or the battle bugs out and has to reset and you have to do it again. So it was just like a really weird old school experience that didn't really stand the test of time as well. I know for lore reasons, you know, they have the Death Knights of the original, and those are the Death Knights raised by Arthas, and this is like a new set of Death Knights coming to the game using the allied races. But I wonder how much faster and easier and maybe even more interesting this new introduction will be. And I wonder if Blizzard will eventually allow people to play through the new introductory questline. What if, let's say, you're a human or a night elf that got caught in recent wars, let's say get killed by N'Zoth, and Bolvar brought you back along with the allied races? I think something like that and having choice would be a good idea. The article goes on, all new Death Knights characters will receive an iconic Arceus Death Charger class mount after completing the introductory questline, with allied race Death Knights also receiving the racial mount. Pandaren racial mounts will still need to be purchased from a vendor, which is a turtle if you've never had it. Heritage armor for allied races can be obtained by leveling to 110. I know that every Death Knight starts out with the Arceus Death Charger horse, but I wonder if the allied race Death Knights will get a much updated version. Like, they have an image of some of the, I guess, the 4 horses of the Apocalypse style characters in the screenshot. I wonder if you'll get some sort of a recolor of that type of horse for your new Death Knight. I think that will totally be lucrative for any Death Knights to want to jump in and at least make one allied race Death Knight for that mount. We also have a bit more information about allied races and heritage armor. If you have a Death Knight, you will be able to unlock heritage armor from a Death Knight by level 110. So if you wanted to get a bunch of characters up and running and unlocking all the heritage armor, the Death Knight lets you skip a good portion of the quests, mainly the levels 1 or I guess level 20 through 60. So it's 40 levels that you get to kind of jump over. Death Knights in Shadowlands will start at the same level as every other character, so I think this is why they decided to allow players to be able to get Heritage Armor as Death Knight, because essentially in the next expansion you will go through the full experience of leveling through one expansion before you can get your full Heritage Armor. But if you play the game right now, and if you're not a huge fan of the grind of all the XP you need in order to get all those levels just to reach 110 for Heritage Armor, then Death Knight could be a shortcut. For a little bit on the website, they actually had a typo that said Pandaren and other allied races could receive their heritage armor by leveling in Death Knight, but they recently did a correction. At first I thought this was maybe a hint that Pandaren are getting a heritage armor very soon, and that would have been really exciting, because since we saw the goblins and the worgen again under Heritage Armor in patch 8.3. I wonder which race is going to get one next, and to make a Heritage Armor for Pandaren would make sense. It will be easier to make because you simply just have to make it for pandas. Both Alliance and Horde play pandas, so in a sense it could be one Heritage Armor that could be used for both factions in a way. We covered this on the channel before, but yes, Death Knight's also going to have an extra customization as part of the things that they're going to be adding in Shadowlands, extra customization for our characters. Blizzard did a lot of work in 8.3 with eyes, and as a post here reads, all Death Knights, new and old, will receive an updated appearance. Inspired by the notorious Lich King Arthas, their eyes now sport a dynamic, eerie glow that captures the gassed chill of Northrend. Not only Death Knights are getting a change and upgrade to their eyes, but also Blood Elves, Nightborn, Zandalari, Night Elves, male and female, as well as the Vengeance eyes. There's a bunch of different eyes with special effects that are going to be looking a lot more updated. And honestly, the idea of a Pandaren Death Knight never really stood out to me, but the screenshot that Blizzard have included, something about the panda, I guess maybe the hair, how one side is red, and then the deathly, ghastly Death Knight eyes. It kind of looks good. I'm not gonna lie. I know everybody makes fun of pandas, you know, oh, panda Death Knight, haha, it's a meme, but it actually looks kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of you guys that hang out on the channel know just how excited I am about patch 8.3, and I've been waiting for this patch for a while, but it's cool for Blizzard to put up some kind of a post on the website with a little bit of a sneak peek for what the introduction to the Death Knights is going to look like. I have a lot of expectations for this, and I want to post the Death Knight introduction on the channel as soon as I can. I am super excited and interested to see what it's going to look like in the end. What I'm hoping is to see some of the hints towards Shadowlands, maybe some of the visuals. I want to stand on top of ICC and look at the sky as it shatters above me, like it did in the cinematic for the announcement of Shadowlands. Either way, I'm super excited about patch 8.3. Super excited about allied races being added to Death Knights, and if any of you guys wanted to play any of the allied races, which a lot of the races for allied races are looking really strong and really solid for Death Knights, now would be the perfect time. So if you have not yet purchased your Shadowlands pre-order, I think now would be a perfect time to get ready for it and to dive into it, because patch 8.3 is honestly looking like a really hype and exciting patch. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this update, and I'll see all of you in another video.